Hey, it's Lady Lily, and I'm coming to you with a different type of video. You all know I announced the other day that I was going to do the 21 day financial fast, which is founded by the Washington Post columnist Michelle Singletary. And I gave you a little background in my prior video, and I designated June 3rd as my kickoff day. So each day in this 21-day journey, I'm going to record a video to let you know how each day went, um, the ups, the downs, the pitfalls of the 21-day financial fast. I'm just hoping, to get some clarity in terms of my spending habits, why I do what I do, and just be on the start to a better financial life and way of living. So my journey started today, June 3rd, which whenever you see this, it's probably going to be after June 3rd. Depends on. But June 3rd, I started this journey, and so I'm keeping a journal. So I just wrote down some things from the chapter, because the goal is you read a chapter each day during this fast. So this was the first day, the first chapter. So some of the things I wrote down is that we need to be set free from bondage of spending holes on our lives. We tend to be obsessed with buying and wanting things, and it's not necessary stuff that we need, but it's just that we want stuff. Or how many times have you heard people say, I went to go buy some because I was angry or upset, or it made me feel better at that moment, or I got a rush when I went to buy it. So you hear a lot of people say that, and that's a part of being in bondage by your spending habits. Another note I wrote down: the principle of this financial fast is to deny your flesh so that you can become closer to God. So this is a spiritual journey as well. This is just not not shopping or buying unnecessary things. This is also an opportunity to, grow closer to God. And if you're not really a church goer, but more of a spiritual person, you can benefit for this. I also wrote down, if you use debit cards, the chapter talks about also reaffirming the rules. It was just saying, you can use your debit card, but limit your debit card usage to groceries and gas. And then I also wrote down, the debit card is a cousin to the credit card. So they're saying, the debit card is different because that's actually your money, and, you'll treat it differently than you do a credit card. But, you still can get out of hand, because it's still the stigma that you're swiping versus counting. When you see physical dollars leaving your hands, that leaves a greater impact versus you swiping. Because also in the chapter, she said that a lot of banks will let you, swipe your card knowing you don't have the money in there. It's only a select few banks that will stop your transactions, if knowing that you didn't have enough money. But a lot of banks, they will go ahead and let your transaction go through without even, notifying you, say there's not enough money. There is a Chinese proverb that says money cannot purchase the heart's desires. And the scripture, there's also a scripture, Psalms 25:9. He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them his way. So today's daily assignment was for me to determine what would be the potential obstacles. I wrote down co-workers, friends, associates who may want to go out and eat or take a drink. How would I tackle? And people say, how would you plan to tackle these obstacles? I'm just going to simply explain that what is going on, and I'm doing a fast. So, for example, my cousin celebrated her birthday today, and they decided to go out to dinner. And I would have liked to have gone, but I started a fast. So I just simply told her, I did start the fast today and I want to stick by it. And, I do wish you well. Happy birthday. You all enjoy and have fun. And she said, no problem. I understand. So another obstacle, I said, not wanting to cook, being tired. I felt like that was going to be another obstacle. So my plan of action is to map out my meals for the entire week. Set reminders to make sure I take food out to be unthawed. Try to pre-season food before I go to work in the morning, if all possible. And set it up so it can just make it simple for me to cook the food, and have it prepared prior to cooking. And I believe by doing that will help me as well. I also wrote down an obstacle is just going into the store and buying other things that's not necessarily needed. So my plan of action is to make a list, one list for food and one list for, essentials. And when I say essentials, for example, I'm running low on toothpaste, so I'll be needing, I have toothpaste to get me through the week, but I will be needing another toothpaste, another tube of toothpaste, and my dishwashing detergent is running low, so I will need dishwashing detergent. So both of those are necessities because I need to brush my teeth and I need to wash my dishes. So those are things I would need to take. So what happened today? So no money was really spent. I did give my offering at church today, which they was which in the the program, the fast, they do not want you to stop your tithes and tithes and offering. That's not what this is about. So you still expected to pay your tithes and offering. You still expected to pay your bills. What this does not include, example, they're going out to dinner. So yeah. So today was a pretty busy day for me. I had my chapter meeting, I had church, I had another meeting I had to go to, and one of the meetings served dinner, so that worked out for me. That counted as my dinner. And I ended up going to the Hyde Park Brew Fest. It's a festival that they have here in the Chi, and it's a 2-day festival. And they sell different types of beers and food, and they have vendors. But a lot of people like to come to listen to the DJ. So the festival is free to get in. But if you want to drink or eat or partake in, the items, then you would need the money. So I can happily say today I did not buy anything to eat, did not buy anything to drink, no items, no nothing. I just really came to enjoy the music and the atmosphere and enjoy friends. And I, met up with my oldest brother who I haven't hung out with in a long time. So that was that. So this is day one. I felt like day one was a breeze. It was okay. It was good. So we're going to move on to day two, see how it goes. Yeah. So yeah, I also, in addition to reading a chapter today, Michelle Singletary she has YouTube videos. So she does have like a day one video that you'll watch. So I watched the, video in addition to reading the chapter. And I just pray to God and I just ask him, please give me, discipline and be with me as I go through this process and bring clarity, to some things while I go to this process. But it was just really fitting because when I went to church today, just the songs that was sung, the prayers that was prayed, and the sermon, and really just to sum it all up, is really that God got you. And it talks about giving, and it was like when you give, you be blessed. And it makes me wonder, there's more that we can do. I was just thinking like, we are quick to go out and buy a bag of shoes, but maybe we can take that and feed the hungry or something like that. So And just know that God is, working in your favor. God is working on your behalf. He is behind the scenes. He's, won't leave you. He's not going to fail you. He's not going to lay you by the wayside. So it all came together. It was like a confirmation for me to do this. But that is it. That is all. Day 1 is completed. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. And I will bring the Housewives of Potomac tomorrow. It did not record. It did not record. And when I went to go watch the current showing of it, half the show was already over. So I will watch and bring that forth tomorrow. Have an awesome evening.